This is my message to the programmers and the code people that write code, that develop games and the development of video games, and why God of War Ragnarok will be successful and Grand Theft Auto is so successful, why Silent Hill will be successful, why games like Gears of War 5 will be successful, Mafia 3, True Crime, LA Noir, Final Fantasy, Demon Souls, Indiana Jones, why it will be successful. This is the reason why those games are successful. It is successful. Successful is because it appeals to the masses, a large audience, and a large audience make those sales, which make those video games successful. Grand Theft Auto, in the near future, it's going to be like role play and more role playing than RP. Grand Theft Auto RP, it's going to blow up in the near future because it's like realistic and people want to do realistic things in video games sometimes. Like some people want to be in the fantasy world, but most people are looking for human games like Detroit Become Human and like Uncharted and Tomb Raider. Uncharted and Tomb Raider. When you make what's in your mind when you sit up there on a computer and you write code for your environment and make a video game? When you made like Demon Souls or Final Fantasy, why always have to be like a small little human being at the on the bottom of the universe or the environment shooting up at a 200-foot monster boss? Like it's like every time a boss man come, it's like, oh man, I gotta go through this boss. I gotta fight this big boss all over again. It's like sometimes that don't become fun. Like the game Scorn that's about to come out. Are you hyped and are you excited to play the video game Scorn? To play the video game Scorn? I know some people are excited about those games. It's not that I hate Demon Souls. I don't hate it. I like it. I like Final Fantasy, but does that really appeal to the mass audience of what you're writing in your coding, in your programming? That's the reason why this game, Grand Theft Auto, sold so many copies. What other game is on this level of this big type of world that I can buy on the market? What other type of game that's like got human beings fighting against criminals and stuff? Please tell me. This is the reason why Grand Theft Auto is so successful because they it's like almost as realistic. It's almost like Jet Li Rise to Honor, or okay, I know SOCOM was like almost human. It was going through war. Call of Duty is another game that's more almost like realistic. Call of Duty, human, but why do we have to sit up here and fight funny looking one-eyed monsters all the time? Monsters. I think they could do something great with Resident Evil 9 at the Village. But why do Resident Evil always have to be in the middle of the barn? In the middle of the barn? Why can't it be in the city? Like an urban or contemporary city where we can fight zombies with a multiplayer. Because everybody like to play multiplayers with their friends. That is the future. My message is these questions. Why will always have to be a small little thing shooting up at a big old 200-foot monster? Why can't be like a sexy Jessica Alba, Jennifer Lopez with a big booty in the skirt as the boss man you gotta fight at the end of the game? Like a villain. Or Angelina Jolie already played in the game. That's basically Tomb Raider. But you know what I'm talking about. As a boss man, you gotta be a monster or a big boss that you gotta go through. Elden Ring is cool. Well, Elden Ring is cool, but it could have difficult settings. It have to appeal to the masses. So I can put this game in a 13-year-old hand or a 9-year-old hand or a 52-year-old or 80-year-old man or or a 62-year-old lady, a 38-year-old lady, or a 23-year-old lady, and they be able to beat the game. Like I said, Horizon's cool. You got the arrow pointing up at the machine. You got Kena Bridge of Spirits. You got an arrow pointing up at the machine. But it is nothing like a realistic Mafia 3, Grand Theft Auto, True Crime, New York City game, LA Noire. When you develop a video game, it's like you spend 9 days on doing work and you get paid for all those 9 days. We want to see how far have you come along. We want to see how far you have come along. Y'all spend 9 to 12 months or 2 years making a video game. And y'all say we cannot get far in putting in the work or writing the code. What did you go to school for? What did you go to school for? You put in that work. When I come in the office, I'm going to say, you've been working on this game for 9 days. How long have you come along?